if you turned into the left-wing corporate media, the ABC, and the harebrained, hair-triggered lefties of Twitter this week, you would have heard their collective shriek. Oh my God, Donald Trump won't accept the results of the election if he loses. There won't be a peaceful transfer of power, blah, 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 blah. Well, what are they so upset about? Here, have a look at this.
Will you commit here today for a peaceful transferal of power after the election?
Well, we're going to have to see what happens. You know that I've been complaining very strongly about the ballots, and the ballots are a disaster.
I understand that, but people are rioting. Do you commit to making sure that there's a peaceful transferal of power?
We want to get rid of the ballots, and you'll have we'll have a very peaceful. There won't be a transfer, frankly. There'll be a continuation. The ballots are out of control. You know it. And you know who knows it better than anybody else? The Democrats know it better than anybody else.
So Trump, with, as we will see in a moment, pretty good reason, is concerned about the integrity of ballots, particularly mail-in ballots. But that didn't stop the usual paroxysms of panic amongst all the usual suspects, which is, of course, a bit rich. Think about it. In recent weeks, Democrats not only threatened that the riots in America will get worse if Americans vote Trump in for a second term, but any number of congressmen, senators, and even Hillary Clinton have said that under no circumstances should Joe Biden concede the election. Have a look at what Hillary had to say.
Joe Biden should not concede under any circumstances because I think this is going to drag out, and eventually I do believe he will win if we don't give an inch and if we are as focused and relentless as the other side is.
I still can't believe she didn't win last time, but anyway, that's not all. You see, the left, because they believe in their hearts that most people are stupid and need to be led, go on then to assume that the average voter has the working memory somewhere between that of a goldfish and a puppy who's just been given an espresso. Don't give your puppy an espresso, by the way. It's a bad idea. Anyway, these people on the left hope that we forget that from the very moment Donald Trump got over the line, that amazing election day nearly 4 years ago, they were the ones who have been, that's right, refusing to accept the results of the election. Not just in a whiny go on MSNBC or Q&A and have a sook sort of way, but through an actual try to overturn the results of the election on phony pretenses sort of way. On Friday, there was more bombshell evidence that was revealed showing the extent to which the Obama administration, the Department of Justice, and the FBI went in their quest first to stop Donald Trump from becoming president, and then when that didn't work, getting him thrown out of office on a phony Russian collusion charge. Remember the Steele dossier? The one that had all sorts of scintillating off-color gossip about Trump and the Russians, some of it so gross we can't talk about on a Sunday morning? The one that was actually originally funded as opposition research by the Clinton campaign through the law firms Perkin Coie? Well, the one that set the Mueller witch hunt off and running? Not only was it a complete fake, but it turns out not only that, but its primary source himself was thought to be a Russian agent. And the FBI knew this and didn't care when they went to the Justice Department and lied their way into getting wiretap authorizations to spy on people in the Trump campaign. It was so bad that FBI analysts involved in the probe bought liability insurance to protect themselves from being sued, and one agent, William Barnett, later admitted that the whole investigation had a, quote, get Trump mentality. The irony is too rich. The Democrats, who have for decades maintained that the Watergate break-in, which was all about Nixon spying on his rivals, was the worst thing ever to happen in American history, though really it was just the worst thing ever to happen to American journalism. They themselves used all the levers of law enforcement to spy on a rival campaign and stitch up a sitting president as a Russian asset by using data fed to them by someone suspected of being, yes, a Russian asset. So, back to Trump's concerns about the election and the ballots. Well, in Pennsylvania this week, 9 mail-in ballots from serving members of the military were found in the trash, where they had been, in the words of investigators, quote, improperly opened. According to the local U.S. Attorney's Office, 7 of these ballots had been opened, and all of them were votes for Trump, while the other 2 were still sealed with their contents unknown. Of course, the Democrats will be quick to tell us that, in the words of Lieutenant Frank Drebin, there's nothing to see here, move along, please. But with Democrats pushing mail-in votes as the solution to voting during a pandemic, because, hey, looting and rioting is safe, but standing in a queue to cast your vote may as well be a COVID death sentence, We are seeing more and more evidence that this will only make for more chaos come election night, and crucially, give Democrats the chance to litigate their way to victory if they don't get to the magic number of 270 electoral votes on the night. Just like they tried to do back in 2000 when a recount was triggered in Florida and we didn't know for weeks who would finally be certified as president. So, where did we begin with all of this? Oh yeah, complaints about people not accepting the results of the election. The Democrats are right. Everyone should accept the results of elections. In fact, such good advice, maybe they should try it sometime.